Well, hey guys, welcome back to Vigoroso, DC. And right behind me, you can see the David Farragut statue. David Farragut was the Civil War commander who famously said, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." But we are not here to talk about David Farragut. We are at Farragut Square right now. And right around this area is a temporary art installation called Art Avenue. And there are about 13 works of outdoor art, plus a number of installations and ground floor windows. And we are going to walk around and check them out. A lot of them are interactive, and at night some of them also illuminate. So we are going to check it all out at night as well. And let me give you a little view of the area here. So here we are looking south, and the White House is actually not far from here. It's just a couple blocks diagonally in this direction. And here is the rest of Farragut Square. And this is really the center of where the art installation is. There's a number of them right here, and then there are more on some side streets. So even though it's called Art Avenue, it's not lined up along a single avenue. It's kind of more just taking up this whole neighborhood. And this neighborhood is called the Golden Triangle. And this installation is brand new this year. And if it's deemed a success, it could be a recurring thing every year. But this opened up back in September and will run through January. Right now it's November, so it's more or less in the middle of its run. So let's go check it all out. This one in front of us looks really cool. This is called the Living Lantern, and it is right here in Farragut Circle. So there's Mr. David Farragut right there. Before we get up close to it, let's take a look at what it says on the sign. It says, "The Living Lantern is a kinetic installation inspired by the timeless symbols of guidance, hope, and inner light that lanterns represent. In the wind, its petals create a breath-like rhythm, inviting viewers into a meditative state. By day, sunlight reveals the sculpture's natural textures, allowing it to blend with its surroundings. By night, the focus transitions as light radiates from the lantern's core in shifting colors of varying intensity, creating a hypnotic effect." So what they're really saying is, dude, come back here at night and check it out. And we will be doing that. I already kind of took a look at it, and it's made of these kind of thin wooden pedals. I don't know what you even would call it, but here we are. Yeah, it's this very kind of thin, lightweight wood, which is perfect if you want the wind to move it around, and that's what's happening. There's really not much wind at the moment. Yesterday would have been perfect to see this. If you've watched my video at the Grant Memorial, it was so windy. I filmed that yesterday. This would have been great over here. I'll bet these are just moving like crazy. Here it is, the Living Lantern. One of the big goals of this installation was to bring museum quality art sculptures to the public in a way that's very accessible. So you do not need to go to an art museum, and you especially don't need to pay money to go to an art museum. Here in DC, you kind of don't have to do that anyway. There are some pretty amazing art museums that are completely free, but there are plenty that you do have to pay a good chunk of change to get into. But they wanted to bring this outdoors so that just as you're walking by and going about your normal daily life, you could check out some cool looking art like this, like the Living Lantern. There we go, there we go. That's what we were waiting for, Mother Nature. Get some wind going. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get that wind going. There we go. It almost kind of reminds me of a bird where they're nice and calm, and then they get agitated and their feathers get ruffled. Or maybe a cat. Yeah, this is awesome with the wind going. Very cool. The sign said this was meditative, and I totally see that. I could just stay here all day long, just staring at these petals, just flapping up and down. Some of them go up, some of them go down. Sometimes you've got all kinds of combinations. Very, very cool. I feel like I should stop filming, but I just can't. I just can't. All right, I'll stop now. This one back here is called Spin, and let's take a look at what it says here. It says spin. Spin encourages you to immerse yourself in colorful forms that twist and swirl in a dynamic sculptural pattern. Inspired by the motion of spinning tops and playground roundabouts, spin evokes a sense of childlike joy and movement, inviting a moment of escape and playful reflection on the complexities of the world around us. Let's take a little spin around it. See what I did there? See what I did? And let's go in. We can go inside too. All right. This one is called Sahali. Let's take a closer look. This is actually a mountain in Washington State. Sahali is inspired by the rugged beauty of Sahali Mountain, a glaciated peak in the North Cascades National Park. The artist's deep connection to nature is translated into abstract, minimal compositions throughout the sculpture. The refined, evocative forms of Sahali bring a sense of the wilderness into the city. Good stuff. And being that it's a glaciated mountain, white is a good color for it. Gives it that kind of icy vibe, I guess. This one is called Ripple Effect. So let's take a closer look. Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? We're actually diagonal from Lafayette Park, and the end of Lafayette Park over there is the White House. So we are right in this part of town. And there's a bunch of police around at the moment. It looks like there's a motorcade is going to be rolling through here soon, because they've got streets blocked off and police blocking them, and then that's pretty much how it looks before a motorcade comes. But anyway, let's take a look at the sign. Ripple Effect. Ripple effects, geometric shape, and expanding patterns are inspired by water and energy. Its mirrored surface captures the interplay of light, reflection, and movement, inviting you to see yourself as part of a larger, ever-shifting whole. So here's a quote from whoever made this. "Our work is about creating space, both physical and emotional, for people to feel connected to something larger than themselves. The sculptures encourage reflection on how small actions and movements of awareness can expand outward, creating a ripple effect. What begins as a quiet, personal experience has the potential to influence how we engage with others and, over time, contribute to larger collective shifts." Hey, here's me again, in case you missed me. Yeah, cool one. I like it. I'm a fan. From right here, just the way it looks, it almost kind of blends into the scenery. It's almost like it's camouflaged. Would you agree? It really does, even though it's reflecting what's kind of behind and to the side. It just, in a way, it kind of looks invisible. Let's take a walk around it. Yeah, not bad. And this one is called Farragut Forest. Farragut Forest. Farragut Forest is a series of 8 sculptures that celebrates the trees in Farragut Square Park. The sculptures reflect an imagined journey of a few rogue trees crossing from Farragut Square to Farragut West Metro to greet commuters.